you ever wondered how to actually leverage AI to improve your Shopify sales? Well, today I'm going to show you the top 4 ways that we leverage AI to generate millions of dollars of sales every year. What's going on, everybody? It's Spencer here. If you're new to the channel, I run a growth-focused agency by the name of Easy Game Media, where we help multiple 6- and 7-figure brands scale their sales profitably. And in today's video, I'm jumping on the AI bandwagon, and I'm going to be talking about how our agency leverages AI to improve our processes and ultimately generate more sales for our clients. Now, before diving in, one thing that I want to be very clear is we do not use AI to replace what we do. And although AI one day might actually replace us, as of right now, we use AI as a tool. For anyone that has clicked on this video hoping that they'll find a way to have AI replace everything that they do in their business, unfortunately, this video is not for you. But who this video is for those who want to leverage AI to improve their efficiency and see better results in their business. No matter what, building a business takes a lot of work, but by the end of this video, you should have 4 incredible ways to streamline your processes and be more effective with the hours that you put into growing your business. So without further ado, let's get started with number 1. So the first tool we're going to look at is a tool called Shoelix. And what Shoelix is essentially a way for us to perform market research and do it a lot faster, more specifically on Amazon. Now, if you're not doing market research on Amazon, you definitely need to be doing it there. And in case you forgot, Amazon still does about 37% of all online sales, which is absolutely wild. So the way that we like to use Shoelix is by going to a competitor or a potential competitor's product and using Shoelix to give us a quick breakdown of a lot of the pros and a lot of the cons of why people actually like this product. So for example, as you can see, one of the main things that come up in the reviews and what people are talking about is the ability to have an effective low impact workout that burns calories and works different muscle groups. Now the product I'm looking at here is a slide board, and we do have a client that actually sells slide boards. So for us, this is extremely useful to have an idea of what some of the top pros are very, very quickly without having to go through and read a lot of the reviews. Now, don't get me wrong, it still is super important to go in deeper to understand what people are actually saying. So that's why we still like to go through and read the reviews. But what Shoelix allows us to do is summarize it and kind of divvy it up into percentages to figure out what the top pros are and what the top cons are, because obviously it would take us a long time for us to go through and add all this up ourselves. Now, one thing that we love to look at is what are the problems that people are having, especially if they're a competitor of ours, so we can call that out in our messaging. So for example, one of the main things that people are complaining about is that it's too slippery, and especially for younger kids, it can cause them to slip and fall, and obviously that's dangerous and scary, and parents don't want that. So that's one thing that if we are to look at in our marketing message, we could potentially call out, as long as our product does back it up, that our slide boards are built differently so they're not as slippery and they're safe for all different kinds of ages. Another thing that I love to look at is the usage scenario, is where are the majority of people using this product? And as you can see, according to Shoelix, people are using this as part of a home gym routine. They're also using it for rehab. They're also using it for hockey training. As you can see, predominantly the market is using this as a piece of home gym equipment. We can also go down and see more purchase motivations of the workout, their fitness goals, convenience, and all that kind of stuff. And then of course, alongside all of your other Amazon research, you're able to just see the price associated, what their offer is, what they're saying, all of that good stuff. But as you can see from Shoelix, we are able to get a really, really good understanding of what it is people buy this product for and what percentage of them are buying it for that specific reason. So by using a tool like this and going through a bunch of different competitors and leveraging all of the data that Amazon has, Shoelix is an incredibly valuable tool for us to get a better understanding of what the market wants. And if you can understand what the market wants, as you can imagine, that's going to improve your marketing efforts and improve the way that you stand out against your competition. Because if you can call out the problems that people are facing and provide a solution that's better than your competition, most of the time that's going to lead to a lot more sales. So the second way that we leverage AI to improve overall Shopify sales, using ChatGPT to summarize any customer feedback data that we have. Now at our agency, we actually make it mandatory for all of our clients to run through a customer feedback survey with us if they don't have any of that customer feedback data. But if you don't have any customer feedback data, make sure you go and get it. Or if you want to see a video on our strategies, make sure you leave a comment down below. But what I'm doing with this prompt, and as you can see on screen, I'm uploading a bunch of data to ChatGPT and I'm asking it to summarize the data for me. And as always, it's super important to make sure that you tell it exactly what you want it to do. And then you be very direct on what it is that you want. So one of my favorite things to do is to upload survey data and ask ChatGPT to provide 5 to 10 direct quotes from customers that would be valuable for me as a business owner to know. Now, of course, once you upload all of that data, you can start to get a better understanding of what your customers are saying and the specifics that they're saying as well. Now, something that's great about ChatGPT 4 is it's going to prioritize it based on what is being said most. But as you can see, I'm now taking all of this feedback survey data that I have, which for this particular client in the fashion niche, we had about 200 entries for us to summarize. I'm able to get a really good understanding of what the answers to this question were. And the question that we asked these customers were, is there anything about our products that can be improved? And as you can see, the number one thing here is size options and sizing guides. And what's great is ChatGPT is going to tell us exactly how customers express the desire for more size options, better size guides, more flexible sizing, and actually mention certain things about the product itself of where it can be improved. And then the best part about this is being able to see what they actually said. And as we get deeper, as you can see down here, even when we get to the design and style, we're able to get some really, really good feedback and see what our customers specifically said. Less fake buttons on the design, different bodies modeling your clothes, encouraging reviews, little things like this that we can then take and basically apply to everything that we do with our business. Now, depending on the questions that you ask, which for our clients, we ask quite a few. This one in particular is going to give us information of what needs to be improved on the product, which, as you can imagine, if you're able to take this and then improve your product, is going to be one of the highest ROI things that you can do as a business owner. But as you can see, by having ChatGPT summarize your customer feedback, provide you a list in order of most importance of what customers want to see, and then actually provide you quotes of what they specifically said, that is an extremely powerful way for you to better understand your customers. And again, those who understand their customers the best will always win. Now, the third way that we leverage AI to boost our Shopify sales is by letting it help us generate creative briefs faster. As you can see, we're back in ChatGPT, and again, we are now providing a more specific prompt of what we want ChatGPT to do in regards to creating new ad concepts for this specific business. And just as a reminder, all of these prompts will be linked below if you would like to use them for yourself. But in this scenario, I am telling ChatGPT to be a marketing professional that is an expert in direct response marketing. It is trained specifically on Facebook ad concepts for men's shoes, and I'm asking it to reference the principles from marketing books such as Breakthrough Advertising, Cash Advertising, and Ogilvy. I am then being very specific of what I would like the AI to write a brief on, which is Facebook static image ads, headlines, and body copy. And then I'm giving it a theme to actually follow. And the summary that I've provided to ChatGPT, a summary that ChatGPT provided to us from analyzing our feedback data, again, improves the overall speed that we can get new ad concepts developed in the account. And as you see by the response, the AI has given us 3 ad concepts: image of a sharp-dressed man confidently walking across the street, a close-up of shoes paired with a classy matching outfit against the backdrop of a stylish room that radiates elegance and style. Come on. And an image of a man standing out in a crowd with his shoes in focus and blurred images of people looking at him with admiration. So right there, we've just now gotten 3 creative ideas, which some of these are really, really good. And we've now also got 3 headlines that we can test and use based off of our customer feedback survey data that ChatGPT actually summarized for us as well. Now, one thing that I really want to note here is, as much as you could take this and just use this as a Facebook ad, it's my belief that right now AI is not supposed to replace you as a marketer. AI is supposed to be a tool to help you create ideas, which you can then take and polish and make your own. So for me, what I would do is I would take this concept of a close-up of the shoes paired with a classy outfit in a stylish room that radiates elegance and style and wealth, because again, that's exactly what our customers want, because this summary came from a customer feedback survey. So I would then take that concept and I would either look for some images that we have, or I would write it out and send it over to the client and say, hey, can we get an image of something like this? Or even better, I would message one of our creators and say, hey, can you go to a nice restaurant and take some photos of you in a great outfit in some shoes? What I like to do with the headlines is I like to break them apart and just kind of steal certain components. For example, stride with confidence. I think that's a great headline. Embrace the compliments. Again, another great headline. And what you can do is you can start to take these little pieces and put them together to create an ad that is unique to you as a marketer. So again, when it comes to leveraging AI to improve your creative process, it's about using the AI to improve the speed at which you do it. And as you can imagine, if you can improve the speed at which you create high quality ads for your ad accounts and your overall marketing efforts, that is 100% going to improve your ability to generate more sales. Now, the fourth and final AI that we use to improve our Shopify sales is actually going to be Meta's advanced AI. And what I mean by that is we trust Meta and we trust the platform to put our budget on ads that it thinks are best. So if you haven't seen my video where I explain our one campaign structure, I would definitely recommend checking that out to get a more in-depth explanation. But the way that we use AI inside of Meta to generate more sales is by trusting it with our budget. This is something that I mentioned in my Meta media buying video, but the machine is smarter than you, so just trust it. But this is a perfect example of the AI at work because as you can see, we set up a new batch of ads using the dynamic creative testing method, which is essentially phase one of how we leverage the AI because we want Facebook to choose out of the creatives that we provided using our 3-2-2 method, meaning 3 visuals, 2 headlines, 2 copies, to choose the ad combination that it likes best. And then the second way that we leverage its AI is to give it the ability to either spend or not spend on that particular batch of ads. And as you can see, this is a perfect example of the AI at work. On June 16th, as you can see, this broad campaign was the only campaign that was running and getting spent. On June 17th, you can see we launched a new batch of ads, and right away, this batch of ads took $97 out of the total $140 spend. And that to us was an absolute green light that we had just found a new winning ad. Now, there are certain times where Facebook will push spend onto a batch of ads and they might not perform as best. You can see on June 18th, the budget was even more in favor of the new batch of ads. And if we look at the overall performance, you can see it actually started getting better. And if we fast forward 2 weeks ahead from that last date, you can see that now are we not only spending more on this new batch of ads, but they're actually generating a higher return on ad spend and almost the same cost per purchase, but at way more scale. And again, our goal with 99% of the clients that we work with on Meta is to scale. So our whole goal is to find ads that can perform at scale. And by leveraging Meta's AI and letting it tell us where it wants to put our budget is 100% going to help you make more money with your Shopify business. If you're still forcing budget and telling Facebook put spend on ads because you have a hunch that they're going to be better, you're wasting a lot of your money. I can't stress enough how important it has been at our agency as we started to adapt this model of trusting the AI and letting Facebook choose the ads that it wants to spend on. Because as much as people feel like Facebook not spending on certain ads is a bug, it's actually a feature, which makes Meta the fourth and final AI that we use to increase our clients' Shopify sales. Well, if you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you click the like button below. And if you know anyone else who could get value from this video, make sure you click that share button down below as well. And as always, if you are a multiple 6 or 7-figure Shopify brand looking to partner with a growth focus agency, make sure you book a time with me down below to get your custom action plan from our team. With all that said, thank you again for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll see you next week.